Guys, you all know as a general rule of thumb, I will never promote a product on my channel that I don't believe in myself or I wouldn't take myself. If you ever seen me on my Snap stories or on my Instagram, you know that your boy is really hell-bent on getting his gains back in the gym, and Cellucor C4 Neuro actually played a pretty big hand in that, man. There's 30 servings in here, which is pretty much 30 energy drinks worth of C4. Furthermore, man, the pumps I get when I'm at the gym with C4 Neuro is absolutely amazing. I hit 225 on incline press the other day, man. 225. Like, I know some of you guys could obviously outbench me, but that was pretty much my max back in my prime, so I'm really close to getting back there. And to celebrate this, guys, we are actually giving away 3 months worth of C4 Neuro. Be sure to enter the giveaway. I want to keep giving away supplements to you guys, man. We all know how expensive supplements can get. Go to the description down below, click on the link for that Gleam giveaway. You could enter with your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and you'll enter for a chance to win 3 months worth of this stuff.
Oh yes, the NBA draft, or at least the build-up to the NBA draft, is one of my favorite moments of the year, as all of us non-playoff teams get to compulsively obsess over and over again through expert analyst picks of who our beloved teams are going to take in the offseason and who we are going to build our futures around. And that's what I am doing here today. Many of you guys requested in my previous video for me to come out with a mock draft of my own. So today we are going to be doing a mock draft. This is going to be my pre-lottery mock draft. So this is before the lottery was selected. And let me know in the comment section down below if you guys agree with my picks, if you guys disagree with my picks, who you would pick instead. And without further ado, let's get this party started. Before we get this party started, guys, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want more NBA content. Our last video got to 120,000 views. For me, that is absolutely insane. So from the bottom of my heart, man, I wanted to thank you guys for that. Without further ado, let's get to this mock draft. With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Markelle Fultz from Washington. Now look, nobody is surprised by this pick. Markelle Fultz is without a doubt this year's prize, as he has the size, length, and offensive game to be a multi-time all-star. And since we're in the golden age of point guards, that's saying something. He can score, he can create his own shot, and has the potential to be a great defender at the next level with his 6'10" wingspan. Washington didn't give him much of an opportunity to showcase his leadership due to lackluster talent around him, but in spite of all of that, he still finished with 23.2 points per game, 6 assists per game, and 5.7 rebounds per game. He also shot 41% from three-point range. The Celtics can either opt to plug in Markelle Fultz next to Isaiah Thomas, or sell high on Isaiah Thomas and trade him and just rebuild around Fultz. Either way, you can't really go wrong here. Number 2, the second pick of the 2017 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select Lonzo Ball out of UCLA. Most mock drafts have the Lakers taking Lonzo Ball, but over here we're going to assume that the Suns are done with Eric Bledsoe, partly because of the timeline of Bledsoe's prime just simply doesn't match up with the rest of the team. We're going to assume they trade Bledsoe and opt to build around the nucleus of Lonzo Ball and Devin Booker. Combined with the athletic Marquise Chris and the potential of Dragon Bender, the Suns have their nucleus for the future. I love the image of Lonzo Ball's artsy playmaking and athletic finishing ability next to Devin Booker's ability to be a volume scorer, and I'm sure most Phoenix Suns fans do as well. With the third pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Josh Jackson. Sorry, LeVar, you didn't get your wish, but believe it or not, I actually feel like Josh Jackson is a better fit for the Lakers. Jackson has the opportunity to serve a Otto Porter / Draymond Green type role with the Lakers, in the sense that he can be the two-way glue guy and the defensive captain that the Lakers desperately crave. In the beginning of the year, we were concerned with Jackson's jump shooting, but he did his absolute best to show that he can create his own jump shot in the NCAA tournament. He's shown that he is a great passer in transition, which is a perfect fit for Luke Walton's offense. Jackson's upside is tied to his jump shot. If he can get it to fall consistently, he'll be a Kawhi Leonard type of player. If not, he may remind us more of Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Regardless, he'll be a perfect fit for the Lakers, and I'm sure fans will just be happy that they got to retain their pick. With the 4th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jayson Tatum. We're going to assume that Philadelphia is serious when they say that they're going to play Ben Simmons at the point guard upon his return. As a result, Philadelphia will have the luxury of drafting the best scorer in the draft. Jayson Tatum showed that he's an unselfish player at Duke and has the ability to create his own jump shot. He's incredibly quick and has a NBA-ready body. Tatum isn't the most athletic or the greatest ball handler, but I feel like a trio of Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Jayson Tatum would be one that would make Sam Hinkie tear up as the Sixers look to harvest the fruits of their process. With the 5th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Jonathan Isaac. When I look at Jonathan Isaac, all I can think about is last year's number 2 overall pick, Brandon Ingram. He's lanky, he's large, and he has a gigantic wingspan. He's shown that he's a solid shooter who has the frame to guard the 4 position as well. It may take a while for Isaac to develop, and he has a low floor, but with the right coaching, he can be something special. With the 6th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select De'Aaron Fox. When it comes to positional size and strength, end-to-end speed, defensive instincts, and highlight reel talent, De'Aaron Fox may be the top prospect in this class. He showed a killer motor in the NCAA tournament and has no problem being aggressive when need be. He has done all he could to shut down claims of a broken jump shot, and he's less polished offensively than Markelle Fultz and Dennis Smith, but in terms of upside and talent, there is a case that can be made for Fox being the player with the highest ceiling in the draft, but with a much lower floor. De'Aaron Fox is the ultimate boom, I don't really want to say bust, but boom prospect, and his future is attached to how often his jumper can fall. Personally, I wouldn't lose much sleep over it, as Minnesota can finally move on from Ricky Rubio and use Chris Dunn as a 6th-man defensive enforcer type player. With the 7th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith may be the best isolation scorer in this draft, and many had him pegged as a top 3 prospect prior to the beginning of the season. He's insanely efficient in isolation situations and is built to attack the rim, draw fouls, and help shoulder somebody's offense. How that factors into the triangle, I have no clue. Personally, if I was the New York Knicks, I would be focused on getting Kristaps Porzingis, an exceptional playmaking point guard. But you may never know what's going on in the Zen Master's head. With the 8th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Lauri Markkanen. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that name. Let me know in the comment section if I did. But I'm sure by now we've all heard plenty of times that the Mavericks are going to look at Markkanen as the heir to the Dirk Nowitzki throne. If there's one thing that Markkanen has shown, it's his ability to shoot the 3-ball. The issue with Markkanen is the fact that he's a little bit of a defensive liability and isn't as great of a rebounder as you'd hope for someone that is 7 feet, which may mean he can potentially be more Andrea Bargnani than Dirk Nowitzki, but I'm sure having Dirk Nowitzki on your team can help with that. With the 9th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Malik Monk. I'm predicting that Malik Monk takes a little tiny bit of a tumble in our mock draft until the Sacramento Kings decide to take him and move on from the horrible Ben McLemore experiment. I do like the future of the Kings, as Skal Labissière showed tons of promise when DeMarcus Cousins was traded, and so did Willie Cauley-Stein. I see a beautiful Kentucky Wildcat Big 3 coming into fruition in Sacramento. With Monk's scoring, Stein's athleticism, and Labissière's potential, I do have confidence in the Kings' future. With the 10th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Justin Jackson. This is yet another bold pick, as some mocks have Jackson as low as the 29th pick. Jackson showed leadership in his contributions to the Tar Heels' national championship run and flashed his ability as a two-way player. He's not an exceptional scorer off the dribble, but if he fulfills his potential as a two-way player, this pick can be justified. Plus, We're counting on the Kings front office on reaching here, which we all know they are prone to doing from time to time. With the 11th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Zach Collins. Zach Collins has a great frame that should fill out nicely and has a very diverse and efficient game that he flashed in Gonzaga's epic tournament run. He has everything you'd want in a modern NBA center and has flashed his two-way potential in the NCAA tournament. His offensive ceiling isn't as high as other prospects in this draft, but he is very likely to be the best defensive center out of this group and projects to be a high-level starter. With the 12th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Frank Ntilikina. Alright man, that was just awful. I'm not going to ever attempt to pronounce that name again, but this year's mystery man is none other than Frank. We're just going to call him Frank, kind of like that dude from Shameless, who has an NBA-ready body and a massive wingspan that will allow him to guard multiple positions. His size will allow him to see over defenses, and he is an aggressive defender who knows how to leverage his length. This is a perfect fit for a team that's looking to rebound after the failed Reggie Jackson experiment. With the 13th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select TJ Leaf. The UCLA Bruins' leading scorer is an offensive first player who makes the right pass and can shoot the ball from deep. Leaf is a great athlete as well, which makes him a great fit next to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. With the 14th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen looks to be the biggest project in the draft, but if Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra can help Dion Waiters and James Johnson fulfill their potential, then they should have confidence in taking on any project. He's a very young player with incredible physical tools, and if there's a team that can get the most out of him, it will be the Miami Heat as they groom him for the future. With the 15th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Justin Patton. Justin Patton makes scoring look easy. Well, he did at least in the first half of this NCAA season, and he did regress in the second half, but his game reminds me so much of the Indiana Pacers' Miles Turner. He has great shooting potential and sees the court extremely well for a center. Add the fact that he's a great shot blocker and you have an amazing prospect. His rebounding will need some touching up on, however. With the 16th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Ivan Rabb. Rabb projects to be a strong rebounder and a decent offensive contributor, but he didn't do much last season to boost his draft stock in his sophomore year, as scouts looked to him expanding on his jump shot, which he just simply didn't do. He pretty much gave us just more of the same from his freshman season. With the 17th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Luke Kennard. Is an efficient perimeter scorer and excellent decision maker, which is exactly what you're looking for in a guard in today's NBA. He will have trouble creating his own shot off the dribble against pro length and may be a defensive liability, but he displayed talent and consistency in his 2 years at Duke. With the 18th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Terrance Ferguson. Ferguson is a traditional two-guard who excels at shooting the three-point shot. He reminds me a little of Tim Hardaway Jr. if his jump shot becomes more consistent. He did develop some mid-post skills in Australia and can use some workouts to fill out his frame, but other than that, the Pacers got themselves a great prospect at number 18. With the 19th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Bam Adebayo. It would not shock me one bit if Bam returned to Kentucky, as he didn't look like a 5-star prospect during his time there. He's got a great NBA body, a relentless motor, and doesn't need to dominate the ball in order to be effective. At this stage, I project him as a useful NBA role player, and don't be surprised if he decides to return to Kentucky to boost that draft stock. With the 20th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Harry Giles. Harry Giles is the biggest boom or bust prospect in this draft. After his lone season at Duke was a huge disappointment, Giles decided to declare for the NBA draft due to his injury history. With Giles, you're drafting based off of the upside he's shown in the past alone. And with the 20th pick, why not gamble on a player like Giles? With the 21st pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jordan Bell. Jordan Bell may be the energy player the Thunder need to help on the defensive end. A player that may offer reminiscent images of Serge Ibaka's shot blocking that the Thunder have missed this year. He's an explosive defender and a great rebounder, which is why this pick makes sense for the Thunder. With the 22nd pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Dwayne Bacon. Bacon is an explosive player who also looks to be a streaky scorer. His shot selection reminds me a bit of a New York Knicks J.R. Smith, and he possesses a great jump shot and has a ton of potential. And when you're the Brooklyn Nets and you just got fleeced out of your top pick, I feel like all you should be doing is drafting potential. With the 23rd pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Rodions Kurucs. I have a feeling I actually pronounced that correctly. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. But Kurucs is a great three-point shooter with nice size and length for a wing. He's very versatile and can play both forward positions and can even be plugged in as a shooting guard. With the 24th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select PJ Dozier, a 6'6" point guard with tremendous defensive potential. The 2015 McDonald's All-American should be an excellent fit for a Utah team that can invest time in developing him. Dozier has the size to see over defenders and is purely an upside pick. With the 25th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Caleb Swanigan. Swanigan came back this year with better conditioning and a lot more muscle on his frame. He was able to step out and hit threes and utilize his 7'3" wingspan to dominate the glass. He's an above average passer with a great basketball IQ who excels in the pick and roll. With the 26th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell can get to the rim and make set jump shots very effectively, but he's frustratingly inconsistent. He'd shine in a role with much less offensive responsibility, and I'm sure Portland could provide that environment for him as a bench player. With the 27th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Wesley Iwundu. Wesley is a two-way rotation player who can play as a point forward and can work very well in the pick and roll. He was often Kansas State's main shot creator in major situations. If he proves that he can guard multiple positions and improves his jumper, he can help out a team quickly. With the 28th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select OG Anunoby. Anunoby is yet another mystery player in the draft. In some mock drafts, he's going in the top 10. In others, he's going in the late first round. In this case, I have him going in the late first round. His season ended prematurely, but he has crazy length with great potential as a multi-positional defender. He showed a decent three-point jump shot and has a ton of upside. Although he's learning to create his own jump shot, he will get drafted alone based off of his defensive prowess. With the 29th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks showed excellent leadership in Oregon's tournament run and projects to be the perfect team player in Greg Popovich's motion offense. With the 30th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Josh Hart. Josh Hart has a well-rounded, mature game and great size for a point guard, which may catch some Jazz fans off guard because I have them selecting 2 point guards in this draft. The reason for that is you may never know when the Utah Jazz decide to groom the next point guard to take over George Hill's point guarding duties. Hart seems to be a player that can help the Jazz right away and has a high ceiling with a decent floor. He lacks explosiveness, but is a great playmaker. And that's going to do it for this mock draft. If you guys agree with some of my first round picks, let me know. And that's going to be it for this first round mock draft, guys. Now, be sure to leave a like if you want another mock draft from me, and give me your analysis in the comment section down below, as I am going to be answering and debating with you guys on things I agree on and disagree on based off of your insights. Besides that, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm signing out.